How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new live stream. It's been a while, a few days since the last game, and we are not in the form actually for the games that we are doing and playing. But Chelsea is playing again today. It's a London derby for the third time in the January. So, League Cup, now the league, and League Cup is about to be like summed up in a few days only. The final will take place. It will be Chelsea versus Liverpool. But right now, it's only Liverpool who have grabbed 3 points recently, and Chelsea have all the work to do. And it is most importantly that Chelsea scrap all the, what do we call it? Scrap basically. Scrap all the bad form. That's only I can say. And that's the most important thing, because if Chelsea are the team that are willing to take all the pressure on themselves, it will be a laboring task, and we don't want them to do. The team is more or less similarly the same, only change in the midfield. Kante is out, Jorginho, Kovacic more likely to maintain the balance of the midfield. And then again, we played Spurs ago, a few days ago, like I said. So it's more or less, the same lineup. And without talking much, left, right, center, let's talk about the game. Here's Chelsea, most likely playing a 4-back and now a 2-2-2 front. Wow, here's Lukaku with a chance, Mount with a cross. And I'm very much sure that Thomas Tuchel might have had a word with the guys as well, right? Guys, it's been a long time. You're laboring. It's more passive approach. We have to go in the front. We are playing at home. We are playing against a big opposition. We cannot lose against a London team, and more so even in Spurs. And you have to maintain that 100% record. He remains the only manager, Thomas Tuchel, who is undefeated who is still undefeated against Spurs. But Antonio Conte is the only manager who lost against Spurs, and that was, of course, in the Mourinho time. But Antonio Conte is also long gone from Chelsea, so vis-a-vis. Cycles have turned. Now he's at the Spurs sheet, and basically he'll be looking to upset the Chelsea. Let's see though. Last time around when Chelsea played, it really gave them a balance around in the midfield because they had an extra body by playing 4-back, and Spurs really struggled in the first half. But this is the second trip across the London, so maybe they have prepped something. Maybe they've done their homework. Maybe something big is coming from the Spurs side. But we never know up until the match is running. And let's see what Antonio Conte has actually have in store for us. I'm sorry. Here's Jorginho. Here's Ziyech. I'm, very much surprised that none of them, Kai Havertz or Timo Werner, started, because I really had a feeling that Kai Havertz might start up front, because in the League Cup game against Spurs at home again, he was phenomenal. Scored even the first goal as well. But nice to see Callum playing. Callum has been also literally been left off the hook recently, because he has been in the team for a run of games and he's taking that lightly. So he need to finish those chances, and that goes without saying. If you are present at a club like this, at Chelsea, you need to convert those chances. And if you're not scoring goals, you don't actually make a case to play in the front, because Thomas Tuchel was using him in all sorts of positions. Wing back, maybe where he was using his pace, just dribbling to get over the opposition's defender. But if you are playing in front, if you're making a case, if fan base is making a case for you that Callum Hudson-Odoi should be actually only playing in the front. But right now, he's not helping himself. Here's Tony Rudiger, here's Bergwijn chasing. By the way, Spurs coming on the back of the heroics from the Premier League, playing against Leicester, 2-1, trailing, 90+5 goal, 90+7 goal. I wonder how Leicester actually lost that, but Spurs literally came off and running with the 3 points. Right now, it is like the least thing that we mention is that Spurs are having the momentum on their side. But let's see what Chelsea can actually do to upset them, because they also have themselves a mountain to climb after, sluggish performances. Here's Ziyech, ball to Lukaku. Lukaku in a lot of space. He's there. He can cross the ball back. He does so. Here's Mason Mount. Mason Mount swifting, wiggling, dancing, but cannot do anything. Here's Hakim Ziyech crossing. Hudson-Odoi crossing it. And it... Wow. I almost thought that Hudson-Odoi was almost managed to hit the post. But actually did not hit the post at all. It was like yards out. Like just a hint of touch from his head. And the ball actually goes straight from it. I literally thought that he hit the post. Hudson-Odoi, man, has to start scoring. 4 or 5 goals for Premier League for 4 years while playing in the first team. So it's really bad. Last time around, I think he scored against Norwich only. Here's Tanganga. Cannot intercept it. Here's Hudson-Odoi commanding with Kovacic. Kovacic up and running. Here's Callum drifting. Again trying to drift. Here's Hudson-Odoi again. Here's Ziyech to Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta can cross actually. Ziyech in acres of space again. Azpilicueta and Ziyech exchanging passes. Espelicueta again crossing, but cannot be again nowhere near again Lukaku. So Chelsea's main target again is to find Lukaku. This time again, Chelsea working in numbers, double team, triple team. Harry Winks is fouled, and Chelsea's so furious. Especially Mason Mount. Mason Mount has to be careful. He's having a go at the ref. Referee won't stand any nonsense, especially in the start of the game, even because this is a London derby. It can get heated very quickly. You know, you can lose your nerves. People talk a lot. Mason has to keep his tone in check as well in front of the ref. That goes without saying. Here's Ryan Sessegnon. So Azpilicueta also has a task on his hand there. Ryan Sessegnon, so quick. Of course, he's young, but he's very, very quick. And Azpilicueta, might actually say that he's quite opposite. He's a good defender, but when it comes to a race, I think Sessegnon will edge it. Harry Kane again in the center. The number 9 scored in the last game. Here's Thiago Silva now. Here's Malang Sarr on the left back, continuing his run of game and the start in the Chelsea colours. Wow, Kovacic with a nice interception here. Sanchez and Lukaku fighting. Lukaku wins it. Lukaku bundles Højbjerg and still with the ball. Still comes away with the ball. Jorginho keeping the ball rolling. So Chelsea, nice piece of play there on the down left-hand side. Here's Callum. He can take on his man. There's 3 bodies in front of him. He's trying his best. He cannot do so. There's Jorginho with Ziyech. Ziyech can shoot. Ziyech shoots. And it comes off a Spurs body. Wow. I thought that it is coming off Lukaku actually, but it is coming off a Spurs body. I almost thought that he wasted the shot and he shanked it and he hit the Chelsea colour in the again front side of the box, but it's a corner. I'm sorry, Hakim Ziyech. You know, Hakim Ziyech is the only kind of a guy. He's so bipolar. You can actually criticize him. This guy will eventually turn and score. Like he did against the last game in the Brighton game. Like, totally bipolar. You cannot criticize this guy. Of course, on theoretical side, you have to criticize him because he's not scoring. So we are just here to make a case. So here's Mason Mount with the corner. Lloris collecting it easily. Nothing in there. Spurs can reset. Bergwijn trying to find again a lot of players, but unsuccessful. Kovacic is doing the scrapping work. Antonio Conte seemingly impressed. I think 7 minutes on the clock right now, and his side has done pretty much well comparison to the last 2 games that they played at the Bridge. Here's again Malang Sarr and Chelsea building up from the back. It's more or less a 5-3-2 when Spurs are actually playing. Sessegnon sometimes breaks up from the midfield and again pushes up front with Bergwijn and Harry Kane, but it is more or less 5-3-2 when they're defending it. There's Callum again being pressurized by Tanganga, his foul. There is some renewed energy, of course, you can see in the Chelsea players only, that the work rate is again immaculate. They're trying to push up. They're not just trying to have like easy passes left or right, or maybe doing just side passes. There is more to that in this game in terms of intensity. Here's Jorginho in the space. Jorginho to Lukaku. Nice first touch. Here's Ziyech. Wow. Ryan Sessegnon. No communication with the goalkeeper. He has to concede the corner. But that was again confusion from the Chelsea spot, from the leading front. Because Hakim Ziyech, Azpilicueta was in acres of spaces. Excuse me, Mason Mount was in acres of spaces, man. Ziyech realizing it, but realizing it so late. And the ball actually deflected into a Spurs body there. But here's Chelsea with the corner, the second one of the game in the space of 2 minutes only. Maybe they can do something. Mount's corner, Silva's header. Of course, Silva started with the goal fest against Spurs this season only. When we played against, Spurs at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Or 3-point line, as you know it, if you are Chelsea folk. So Chelsea looking locked and loaded. Nothing so far from the Spurs side actually that would look like very harmful for Chelsea. But Chelsea have looked good on the back of the games that they are coming from. They've looked good, decent in this match. Here's Harry Kane this time, dropping very deep, trying to link up with his midfield and get the game going from the Spurs part. Here's Davinson Sanchez going long. Jorginho fouling Harry Kane, and Spurs will have a free kick. Most probably they'll try to put the ball inside the box because Spurs rarely have had a chance. And it's more or less, we need to get some service to Harry Kane in terms of Spurs. Because if they are not actually doing anything in terms of creating the box and running at your man, it's more or less like, yeah, take the set piece whenever it comes. Wow, Kovacic just booting the ball up. Lukaku just not ready for it, and the ball goes over his head. Here's Tanganga this time around. Here's Højbjerg trying to have a switch. Ziyech this time around doing the defensive duties. So Chelsea, of course, you know, like we said, putting in the shift. It's all about the intensity. They have been losing the games. They have been playing passive. The intent is not there. So they are showing it this time around. Thiago Silva doing the dirty work and Eric Dyer fouling him. Dyer almost got the ball, then again lost it, then again went in back and fouled Thiago Silva this time around. But luckily, I can just see now. Yeah, I would say luckily, because it is rare now in Chelsea colours recently, because Chelsea has been on poor kind of a form, man. The passive playing and everything, there is renewed spirit. So credit to Thomas Tuchel for that, and the players, of course, if they can keep on pulling the same pressure on Spurs again. Here's Callum switching the side. Here's Hakim Ziyech. He has loads of spaces, and Lukaku in front in the middle. Here's Hakim Ziyech. Again, Hakim Ziyech can cross it. Can shoot it. Wow. Hakim Ziyech with a shot. Lloris cannot catch it. He parries the shot away. Wow. I'm not even sure that Callum Hudson-Odoi touched Tanganga with that kind of tendency, or that kind of force, I would rather say. Hakim Ziyech. Well, like I said, this guy's bipolar. You criticize him, and this guy's up and running again and having a shot at the goalkeeper. And by the way, lads, if you have just tuned in, we are watching Chelsea versus Spurs. It's London derby in the Premier League, and 12 minutes on the clock. Goalless right now, but Chelsea look like the side that they are going to run the business, and of course, we leading to first goal if there is to be in this game. And if you have just joined the stream, like the stream, it helps the channel to grow massively. And if you have already done so, a big thumbs up to you as well. Hugo Lloris, by the way, 35, I think, if I'm not wrong, just signed a contract extension in 2025. So goalkeepers, they don't need to be as much young when you are there. But Lloris is a leader here, and he has been here for a while. So Antonio Conte basically said that you will be the part of my project for the time I'm here, and put the pen to the paper. Just stay here, stay put. So Spurs as well. Now Chelsea are playing with the back four. They are trying to assert the dominance when they have the ball. They are asking their third centre-half almost to take the throw-in and pushing Doherty up the field in terms of getting the chances if they can and get the game up running quickly. Davies losing the ball. Unlucky from the Chelsea's part. The deflection gave the body to Spurs back. Wow. Kovacic again. Brilliant there. Here's Jorginho. Here's Chelsea again. And Spurs now back in number again. Hudson-Odoi has to take on some people. Kane biting back. Kane collecting the ball back as well. And he manages to do so again. Kane wings again, sniggles around. Here's Harry Winks. He can have a shot. Wow. Chelsea just going left and right and opening up the spaces, going all over the place. One interception and Spurs was almost in. It opened up the whole Chelsea defense, and it looked like they were almost on the goal. So chance there on a shot on target for Chelsea. Sorry, Spurs. Chelsea haven't had a shot on target, I think. Oh yeah, it's one shot on target by Hakim Ziyech, for which I mentioned how it is so bipolar to almost whenever you criticize him, this guy is like, bang, impact. I just feel like Chelsea are playing a bit slowly. When it comes to Malang Sarr, Callum must be moving the ball quicker. At least Thomas Tuchel must think so, man. Here's Ziyech on the ball. Back to Rudiger. Here's Callum again. Chelsea trying to find the gear. And Spurs again. Plenty of people behind the ball to defend. Here's Azpilicueta. Here's Jorginho. Jorginho inside. Jorginho can cross it. Can he? He chooses to pass inside to Mason Mount. Azpilicueta heads it. The ball is nowhere near anywhere. And Chelsea will just earn a throw in. So this is very unusual from Chelsea's part on the pretext that they've started the game very strongly and there is no need to waste the balls and keep hold of it and make it much more effective. Here's Lukaku shielding it, trying to link up with Kovacic, and anyway will do for Dyer, who tries to clear it. Rudiger, so dominant onside, Bergwijn inside. Chelsea with the ball. Uh, Nothing on it from Chelsea. Sanchez, wow, what a miscue was there. Mason Mount can collect it. His touch is not that great. And Chelsea unable to recover from it. Here's Ryan Sessegnon trying to send it long. Jorginho intercepts it. Chelsea still have it back. Chelsea will still keeping... Wow. I thought that Chelsea will be keeping the ball there on the right hand side. But Mason Mount just slipping and losing the momentum and the ball goes out of the play. But luckily it came off a Spurs shirt at the end. So it will be a throw-in. Again, the ball is back with Malang Sarr. Like I said, this side, the left-hand side, it's much, much more slower than the right-hand side or any of the side that Chelsea is playing with. They move the ball slowly when it's with Malang Sarr. Rudiger, here's the ball back. Mason's touch is not good, but he comes back again. Wow. It's Chelsea's corner. Mason Mount at the end of the day. Hustling with Davinson Sanchez there. Davinson Sanchez, very dominant guy. Much, much more superior in size, of course. But Mason Mount not giving up. Mason and Ziyech, by the way, linking up pretty much well on the right-hand side. They've made that side on their own. No wing backs, of course, so the forwards have to make way. Here's Mason with the corner. Third one for Chelsea, by the way. Wow. So the corner has been stopped. Referee will have a word with Dyer and Rudiger here. Both of these guys not having any of it. No nonsense defenders. Apparently Eric Dyer as well has been playing superbly this season. And Conte trust him. Mount's corner defended at the near post. Bergwijn picks it up. Hudson-Odoi has to chase it. Hudson-Odoi has to chase it. And Hudson-Odoi goes to ground. And Kovacic will make a tackle. So a breather for Chelsea there. Hudson-Odoi almost gave in and did slide in, but the slide was not effective at all. Jorginho doing the half work, intercepting the ball, but nothing coming off it. And Ziyech doing the nice work here, intercepting it. Here's Lukaku, Sanchez, and Lukaku goes to the ground. Not being strong against... Or should we say, not being strong enough actually, because Lukaku is strong enough. Here's Ziyech, Mount linking again. Here's Kovacic. Lukaku trying to find himself in open space here. Here's Kovacic though with Malang Sarr. But Chelsea still trying to find a space where they can actually make something. Wow. Here's Malang Sarr on the ground. And it looks like he has been stamped on by the feet of a Spurs player here. Matt Doherty there. Not apologizing or not doing any sort of favor for him. Yep, he just stepped on him. VAR will check it, of course. That's a late challenge. That might... I don't know whether VAR will actually give it a red card because he was nowhere near the ball. He's so late. He's so late. And that could have a big, big consequence in this game. And that's going to be borderline there. This should be a punishable offense if I'm not wrong, man. This should be a punishable offense. But usually, we know with VAR, it doesn't award yellow cards. It's clearly and straightly for red. Wow. VAR says nothing in it. No red card. I'm so surprised here. Oh. Would have been harsh on Doherty as well, by the way. But by the looks of it, if it seems valid, it should have been a red card. So the point I was talking about in terms of Matt Doherty, he's starting his first game in the Premier League, so it would be harsh on him. But man, hey, rules are rule, right? Wow. I just hope that Malang Sarr can stay on his feet because It's very late challenge. He's just wiggling here. Malangsar, by the way, just turned 23. Birthday today. An unpleasant gift for him. The fourth official, of course, explaining to Malangsar that what actually happened when the decision was made, but I'm not sure that the player will ever understand because he has been hurt there, and players never understand, man. They want the referee to always show the card, and that's the story of it. Doherty and Sar again talking with each other, having some words. Jorginho intercepting it. Kovacic losing the ball, but again collecting it back. Chelsea again have the ball at the back. They have to reset and play again. 20 minutes gone, by the way, and it's anyone's game. Here's Callum again. Callum to Kovacic. Kovacic in space, and Spurs again. Once upon a time, looked like they had no bodies around, but all of a sudden, they're back. Here's Azpilicueta. Here's Hakim Ziyech. Here's Azpilicueta again. He can cross it. He crosses it. Once again, I think Azpilicueta is crossing it so rightly. Don't get me wrong, but Lukaku's nowhere near it because the cross is always at the far post. Lukaku's right down in the center. You can ask a striker to make movement, but man, the cross is always so much further than him. In the last match, we were on Lukaku's back. Like, bro, if you're not getting service or whatever, you actually have to move. But this time around, it looks like service is coming, but it's going further than he wants. Here's Hakim Ziyech on the left-hand side now. Chelsea's fourth corner of the game. Rodrigo has the ball back in. Bergwijn, anyway, will do for him. Kovacic again. Here's Ziyech again. Can cross it. Wow, what a ball from Ziyech. Wow. Spurs collecting at the first run. But what a ball that was from Hakim Ziyech. Wow. Tanganga goes crashing into the bone. Mason Mount, I'm not sure that he actually meant to make that sort of a contact because the momentum actually took him into the hoardings. Because Mason Mount was actually there to protect the ball, and he clearly made a gesture that he's going to protect the ball. I think this will be checked by VAR too, but I think it is more sort of a momentum thing rather than just anything. And it's good to see that Tanganga is back on his feet and talking with Mason Mount because both of them could have actually had a go at each other. And Tanganga would have actually known because they were actually going face to face. And yeah, that contact was not actually intentional for him to bulge into the board. So here's a drop ball. Chelsea start the game again. Azpilicueta with chance to move the ball forward. He does so, but nowhere near a Chelsea body here. Chelsea again recollecting the ball with the help of a throw-in. Chelsea they need to do much more now. They've tried, of course, all sorts of runs, but I think just have a go at the goalkeeper. Make him uncomfortable, try some shots. There's Mason. Losing his footing, keeping the ball still in, interestingly. Here's Azpilicueta, here's Ziyech. Here's Azpilicueta again, here's Mason Mount again. Here's Ziyech, Ziyech can cross it this time around. Ziyech crosses it. Wow, Eric Dyer doing the clearing here. And the ball's back with Bergwijn. Bergwijn can release for Kane. He doesn't. And Thiago Silva bulges into him and takes one for the team. I'm not sure whether the yellow card offense was necessary, but Thiago Silva just steps in and knocks Bergwijn out. And it's only quarter of the game gone now, man. 25 minutes. So Thiago Silva on the thin ice, and Chelsea are playing with the back four, not three. So we cannot lose actually a defender. Here's Chelsea again. Here's Lukaku chasing the host. I think he's literally chasing the host, not the defenders. Any streaming website to watch the game. I can actually send the link. Just hold on. Oh, here's Kovacic, and anyway, we'll do for Spurs. Spurs trying to make the most of it and sending the ball as further as they can. Well, Ziyech sending long this time. Here's Mason Mount losing his footing, but a nice challenge there from Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, it's Højbjerg. Højbjerg this time around, having to go further wide and defend Mason Mount. But luckily for him, he can actually make no harm with that cross. I've sent the link, I've sent the link. Here's Thiago Silva again, Rudiger again on the ball. Can he make use of it though? Spurs each and every player behind the ball basically. And right now, Matt Doherty even pushing in the front. Here's Tanganga trying to foul Callum Hudson-Odoi, and he does so in the eyes of a referee. And this is, I think, the third or fourth time Tanganga has tried to overload that side and run over Callum Hudson-Odoi. So Chelsea should be keeping that in check. Here's Hakim Ziyech again on the ball. Trying to go long. This time around again, the ball is much shorter. Here's Harry Kane. He can send Bergwijn away. He's trying to break the lines, Bergwijn here, but the ball just too much in it, and Kepa will sweep it. So Spurs like Chelsea, the last past few games, but it's now Spurs' turn, who are looking like there's no creativity at all. Harry Kane just going back to collect the ball and trying to send it long to Bergwijn, just hoping that he can outpace all the defenders that are in the Chelsea back line. And basically nothing coming from it. There's Jorginho in acres of space, by the way. Wow, Jorginho trying to thread the needle here, but easily the ball's intercepted here. Harry Kane again finds himself once again in the center spot, but cannot make the pass. Here's Doherty. Or Doherty. Please don't mind my accent. Last time around, if I'm not wrong, Doherty did not enjoy a lot of the ball or basically the game, because he was playing, of course, as a left wing back rather than the right hand side. And now this time around, he's on his much more superior side, prefer foot. So it will be a good game for him in that aspects. But let's see what he can actually do when he's on the ball. Here's Mason Mount again. Forced back again by Højbjerg. So Spurs leading the charge, leading the press. Sar trying to play one touch with Jorginho. There's Callum again. Tanganga. As soon as Callum is past the ball, like near the ball, Tanganga is on his feet. Wow. Sanchez almost thought that he made total nuisance of that thing, but actually this ball came in his favor. Here's Spurs again sending it long. Bergwijn will try to protect it. And wow. Thiago Silva, yeah, absolutely needs to be a little wary here. As soon as he'll touch a player, they'll most probably go down. He's on a yellow card, and I just saw the gesture from Bergwijn there, man. As soon as he went down, the card is pointing to the ref. I'm not sure that there is a lot in it, but Bergwijn and the Spurs players will surely make most of it. Here's Ziyech again. Can he do something? Plenty of bodies, and he's bundled to the ground by Højbjerg, if I'm not wrong. Yep. And that's not a booking, but he just stood his ground. Hit him on his face. No intent of giving way for Højbjerg, man. Wow. Ziyech just rolled the ball to the other side, but could not actually get hold of the man. So it's unlucky for him. The face contacted straight away into his body. Once again, I'm like really worried of the side for the Sar. On the left hand side, defensively, of course, he's like improving and learning a lot, but the ball moves very, very slowly from that inside. Here's Dorega back to Sar. Here's Callum. Again, Tanganga on his feet, on his toes again. So movement on the left hand side is pretty much limited. It was only for the first 6 minutes of the game that there was movement on that side. Ziyech luckily gets the ball back, a double deflection. Here's Tony Rudiger on the ball again. Here's Callum. Passes it to Jorginho. Jorginho to Lukaku. It's too quick for Lukaku. Thomas Tuchel. The intent is clear. They're trying to find Lukaku, but Thomas Tuchel said clearly the gesture. Slow it down. There's no need to actually waste the ball. Keep hold of the ball. Make the Spurs actually do the working and the running. Wow. Come on, Chelsea. You've got to try and mix it up a bit and throw everything on the defenders, man. It is not going to work like always, Mason, Ziyech. It becomes predictable, right? Too predictable. And likewise for the side of Callum, because Tanganga is like on his toes almost all the time. And if you're going to repeat that passes left, right, center, you might as well just keep a note that, yeah, we'll be passing it backwards and nowhere near forward. Rodrigo passes it to Mason. Spurs are a bit stretched here, but plenty of Spurs body though. Here's Ziyech. Here's Mason. Mason crosses it. Lukaku heads it. Wow, Lukaku tries to shoot it. He misses it. Here's Callum again. Cannot shoot there. Spilicueta. Here's Mason. Wow, Aspilicueta's pass was so horrendous, that pass. Mason maybe could have made something. Wow. Lukaku clearly missed the ball, man. That's such a poor miss. You at least expect your number 9 to make contact and hit it there. That's a poor miss, and that's one of the best chances that Chelsea have produced so far in the first half. And it's half an hour gone on the clock, and we are watching Chelsea versus Tottenham. If you folks have just joined in, and it's goalless again. London Derby, anything can happen. The stakes are high always. Jorginho again reading the danger and losing the ball. Not losing the ball, I'm sorry, I beg your pardon. Lukaku to Callum. Callum against a lot of players. Here's Tanganga again. Callum tries to shoot. Wow. Callum trying to find the corner, trying to finesse it in the up top bins, but unable to do so. Lukaku almost gets some sort of a touch to it, but barely could get any at the end of it. That's how I would sum it actually, because he looked like he that actually make different kind of a movement there, but he ducked. Wow. Just saw the replay. He did not try to make any movement. He ducked literally. Maybe that was the best part that he could do actually there. Oh, Jorginho losing his footing there, but again regaining the ball back with the help of Rudiger. Here's Ziyech. Here's Rudiger again. Chelsea have to show that same energy. They don't have to let the tempo down. They cannot let anything down. Here's Ziyech. Here's Mason again. That has been the USP for Chelsea actually for this half. Mason and Ziyech. That is the best thing that they have been doing for the whole past 30 minutes or so. There's Mason again. Again Ziyech. There's Aspilicueta, because left hand side it's very marginal, man. Star is not quick. Callum is not getting any chances. What a ball from Ziyech. Aspilicueta crosses it and the ball touches Sanchez, and it will be a 5th corner for Chelsea in the first half. Finally, can Hakim Ziyech or Mason Mount put something magical on the ball, and can Chelsea convert and score actually? Because they've looked like scoring, but they're far from the lead. Here's Mason with the corner. Wow. Cleared again on the near post there. Here's Mason. Here's Callum. He can cross it. Cross is not good enough. Wow. I'm not sure what sort of foul that was, but it looked like referee saw that as an interference, only in terms of Spurs progressing forward, but someone brought Winks down. Referee saw that as unlawful. He blew the whistle. Once again, this time Eric Dyer going down. So Chelsea, excuse me, it is Hereby I going down. Chelsea looking agitated by that. Spurs body going down, 1-2, 1-2. Again and again in the space of 2 minutes only. Lukaku cannot protect the ball. Tries to get a first touch, manages to do so, but cannot protect it at the very end. Spurs have it back. 15 minutes left in this half. Sorry, 10 minutes left in this half. Can they actually do something, Chelsea? Or can Spurs score again the run of play? Wow. This time around, Tanganga is booked. This has been the story of the whole 30 minutes, man. Callum Hudson-Odoi trying to get past Tanganga. This time he gets better of him and he has to foul him eventually. So he has to take the guard. Hakim Ziyech trying to run, but just running the ball out of the play instead. Wow, Ransaseni on a lot of space. He's on goal. He'll try to shoot. And the shot is so much wide. I'm not sure that was a shot or maybe a cross. But that looked very bad. Aspilicueta trying to close him down so badly, but unable to do so because his face is locked for him. But he could have surely done better. He could have tested the goalkeeper here. Thiago Silva just about does enough actually to block him and prevent the shot being on the target. Maybe just puts him off. Chelsea again, one touch. Maybe, perhaps they can move now in front quickly. Here's Chelsea again. Again trying to find Hudson-Odoi. They cannot do so. The ball is intercepted. Here's the ball back with Bergwijn. Chelsea. Spurs can do a U-turn. The ball sent out wide to Harry Kane. Harry Kane will try to collect it. Doherty with a chance to cross. Will he cross it? He doesn't. Here's Harry Kane again this time around. Bergwijn trying to be quick, trying to nibble around. Mason Mount winning the ball clearly there. Ref says play on. Rudiger makes a run here. Here's Hakim Ziyech and Rudiger running. Here's Rudiger running still. Rudiger will try to cross it. He crosses it. And Lukaku touches it. And it's a goal kick. Wow. Wow. What a march from the back by Antonio Rudiger. Wow. Eric Dyer. I'm sure that was a very much exaggeration because he's back up on his feet. I wonder why referee has not blown for a corner here. They've signaled for a goal kick. Wow. The best thing about Rudiger, that run, intent to make that run, playing 1-2 with Ziyech, and then again, not just stopping, putting a cross in. And mind you, bro, one of the best crosses that we have in the first half, including our attackers. So that goes without saying how crucial this is. So Harry Kane scores here. By the way, I'm not so much worried because that's offside. The flag goes up. And the flag goes up. I think that's offside. I think that's offside. Don't celebrate, man. Offside for a foul. The flag came up straight away. They'll check, of course. And there is a man down as well, by the way. Then good for you, man. 1-0 against the run of play. But the goal's a goal. Wow. It is disallowed for a foul, my friend. If you are watching the stream, VAR has disallowed it. It's not offside, it's foul on Thiago Silva. I'm sorry. Because I read it from a tweet, not from the actual score that I'm watching. Foul on Thiago Silva, actually, when Harry Kane actually made the first contact inside the box, not on Bergwijn. If that is a foul on Bergwijn, it is considered as an automatic advantage in terms of VAR check, but Chelsea will be relieved. That is well and truly a dubious decision, and it goes in Chelsea's favor, but it's one of those again. You touch the player, they go down so easily, and you can do nothing about it. Yep. Thiago Silva trying to sell it, and the referee bought it. And that is what the scenario is. Well, meanwhile, Jorginho is booked for the dissent. Big call there, big call. Thiago Silva sending the ball long. Here's Hakim Ziyech in acres of space. First this time around, back in numbers 2. Ziyech, can he make something of it? Wow, Hakim Ziyech, the intent was so right, but the execution. Once again, Spurs trying to send it long. Harry Kane and Thiago Silva in a foot race. Thiago Silva manages to outwit him this time around. Wow, Chelsea crowd loves every bit of it. Yep. Three minutes time only left in the half, and of course whatever the additional time is, and until then Chelsea will think that they are just about fine because they could have been a goal down, but they're not so. Mason, oh wow, that was a foul. Come on. Mason Mount again has to be so careful here. Started the game by looking very agitated, shouting at the ref, howling at the ref, and this time around he's swearing, so I'm not sure that the referee will like it actually, because he's usually a calm guy, but I think the game is sort of getting to him. Nerves always coming up. Thomas Tuchel so furious, animated on the touchline. By the way, a lot of action is coming in terms of Callum Hudson-Odoi, Tanganga having almost a wrestling match almost all the times. Callum Hudson-Odoi trying to outpace him. Usually not happening, but they're trying his best. Here's Chelsea again. Here's Ziyech. Here's Kovacic. Plenty of space for Kovacic. Here's Lukaku. Can he take a shot? Lukaku shoots. Dyer blocks it, and it goes out for a corner. Sixth corner of the game for Chelsea here. For the first time, I think Lukaku received the ball on his feet and could actually have a go at the goalkeeper. So kudos to him. That's a +1 from the last game where he actually had nothing to do. And this time around, Ziyech with the corner. Can he make something happen? Wow. By the way, like I said, by starting it only, Ziyech has been phenomenal this game, man. Almost you can start it slow or whatever. Wow. What a delivery that was from Hakim Ziyech. Another corner for Chelsea, by the way. And like I was talking about Ziyech, it's almost like this guy is so bipolar. You cannot talk about him. Like, usually there is commentators curse when someone is talking and the player does bad. Hakim Ziyech, you talk trash about him. This guy will produce a cross, a wonderful cross, goal or assist, whatever. But this guy is what it's like in this aspect, man. Here's Mason's corner again. Chelsea making contact, but not again, the significant one. Well, looks like it will be this again, the goalless scoreline for the first time. I think Spurs would be happy too. Disappointed, I think, more so because of the goal, but fairly happy that they have not conceded because Chelsea have had a fair share of chances and they've looked threatening. And Chelsea should be happy, I think, on the back of the games that they are coming and on the back of the form that they have been playing on. It looks like much more of a positive approach, and they should put their money where their mouth is. Just keep on playing the ragging football. Here's Ziyech again. Maybe the reason that Hakim Ziyech is only starting because of the work rate he's putting in. That is the thing. But I probably had my money on starting Kai Havertz today. But once again, the game that Chelsea has been playing lately, it has almost looked like there's no one except Hakim Ziyech who is willing to take the shot. So he has to play. Well, Davinson Sanchez, I'm not sure what actually was there on his mind. Just putting the ball on the outside. Here's Azpilicueta, losing footing, and is fouled by Davinson Sanchez. Or, excuse me, it is Sessegnon. And it's a free set piece for Chelsea on the down right hand side. Careless from Sessegnon. Wow. Again, almost bumped my mic. I'm sorry. Hakim Ziyech, can he do something? He's the only one who looks close to scoring today or making things happen. Here's Hakim Ziyech on the ball again. Can he deliver? Across and straight into the hands of Lloris. Most likely, he'll run up and see out the game for the first half for this part only. So, Ziyech again, excellent there. Mason Mount nowhere to run. Tries to shrug off defenders. He manages to do so. Chelsea can go again right to left. Maybe can switch. They do not choose to switch. There's Kovacic trying to pass it to Lukaku. That's a nice pass. First, let it roll. Here's Callum Hudson-Odoi. Last minute on the clock only for the stoppage time. Can Callum make it happen? Here's Jorginho. Passes it to Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta should cross it. He chooses it for... That's such a waste from Azpilicueta. He should be relying on his own foot actually to make that cross. Forcing the ball out wide, passing it sideways. This is the kind of approach that you would absolutely hate when you're Thomas Tuchel. And more so because it is again bringing the same brand of football that you have been playing for the past few games. It's like you are just giving up on the passing potential of your side. Here's Callum again against Tanganga. Tanganga again victorious. So it has been like Tanganga has been like winning the fair share of battle against Callum Hudson-Odoi. And that's it for the first half. It's halftime. It's goalless. Not the perfect brand of football. A lot of talking points and a lot of talking points from Spurs' point of view, of course, for not giving the goal actually from the referee side, but they cannot actually do anything about it now. They have to do with it. And Chelsea, maybe they come back in the second half with renewed interest. Similarly for Spurs, but Chelsea more than ever need points here because they don't want to give up on that third position. Because Liverpool have a game in hand. They've won it. They've won today, I'm sorry. They have a game in hand still, but a lot of things to be done from Chelsea's part now. And let's head on to the Twitter, shall we? Twitter is a very funny place. Well, in between games. Wow. Abysmal first half. Wow. A straight fact that I've just read. Clever from Thiago Silva, but very harsh on Harry Kane. If the referee had given the goal, there's no way VR would have turned it over. And that's a fact. That's a solid fact. Rudiger's like, I'm gonna take these things into my own hands. Most probably talking about that run that Rudiger made on the right hand side. Maybe if Chelsea could do more of that and try to take on the man and not just actually sit and pass sideways. So, hopefully. And I don't think Chelsea will be making any changes. They just look fine. Lukaku is far better in a two than lone striker. As a lone striker, he struggles with the balls from the right. Wow, my guy, the Twitter. Yeah, he has deleted his tweet. There was a lot of spelling error there. But let's see actually what is the other half of the Twitter saying. Ziyech is running this game. He has been fantastic. I absolutely agree on that. Ziyech is running the game. Players uncomfortable out of back four. Ziyech only forward who looks like doing something. Havertz only started one league game in one of our last 9 games. What is actually happening here? I would agree. We have dominated and got nothing to show for it. Classic Chelsea. Story of Chelsea so far in the lateral stages of the games that they have been playing in. By the way, lads, if you have just tuned in, we are watching actually Chelsea versus Tottenham, London Derby. It's half time and goalless, both the sides, nothing to show for it. But there are a lot of talking points. Spurs could have had a goal. They had a goal disallowed though. Maybe this game you take off Kante and bring on, take off Jorginho and bring on Kante. Callum Hudson-Odoi off because he's not having a greatest of the games, and Pulisic on maybe. Jorginho and CHO off clearly. Hopefully, Chelsea can turn things around because it's more or less the story of the last five or few games that they have been playing, not putting away chances. And ironically, the manager that is at the Stamford Bridge right now, Antonio Conte, Chelsea last time won the league against like under him only. And the reason that Chelsea won, Wenger's actually scored goals, man. Willian, Pedro, Hazard. They actually had decent share of goals under them when the season actually was like around this kind of the phase. And these guys, more so about not scoring goals, it's like we have not been able to figure out what our actually front three is, and that's alarming. COVID, of course, didn't help. Injuries doesn't help, but what on earth, man? Werner and Kai was trending on Twitter. Maybe just perhaps some fans wanting them to come on. Half time right now. Let me put it on the screen for those people who are new around here. It's currently half time. Wow. Tammy Abraham, man, the story of strikers at Chelsea, man, it's unbelievable. Tammy Abraham scores again for AS Roma, 9 Serie A goals for so far. I think he's up to like 16 or 17 goals for, it's almost half of the season if you look at it. And he's feasting on goals. But whereas Chelsea, the place where he left is, yikes, in the mud in terms of having goals. Hakeem Ziyech in the first half for Chelsea, most final third passes, 23. Most final third entries, 9. Most duels, 1. Duels, 1. Wow, impressive. Most ball recoveries as well. Like I said, he's putting in a shift. He's recovering the ball as well. 6. Most tackles. So he's doing a bit of everything. Most shots, most shot on target. But of course, we have nothing to show for it. So that goes without saying. Improvement is required there. Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. Can you do something? Well, we should bring on Alonso for Callum. Maybe if you're playing a back four, or if you want to play a 4-4-2, maybe Alonso is the way to go. But I think that would clearly signal that Chelsea is going to a back three if Alonso's coming on, because Callum hasn't looked like himself. And to be honest, he's the only cover going on the left hand side. So maybe Alonso coming in will actually be a back five, back three, whatever you want to say. But Alonso will try to basically have a go at Tanganga. He won't just bow down. And Alonso's record against Spurs has been impeccable. By the way, he loves scoring against Spurs, so that goes without saying. Might as well put a shift in and actually give Spurs a heart attack by scoring one more brilliant goal. And if it is the change required, Thomas Tuchel might not even hesitate by changing the system. But Alonso, is he even on the bench? That is my worrying point. Because we did actually brought in a defender. That was Chalobah. He should be on the bench though. He is on the bench, so more significantly, the decision needs to be taken by Thomas Tuchel quickly enough so that the last few games I've seen, man, the changes came in like the game against Brighton. He threw the kitchen sink almost. The tactics were like Hail Mary, and the strikers came on, but very late, like the last 10 minutes were only left. Oh, football pundits. Talking about the actual point, then once again, not surprisingly, totally deflecting the main topic and then again talking about other things. Frustrating there. By the way, one decision Chelsea can actually talk about as well, that Matt Doherty's challenge on Malang Sarr. That was totally uncalled for. The challenge and itself, the total contact that was there, it was very late, and the nature of the challenge was clearly visible. The ball had gone, trailing foot or whatever. The harm was done on the player, and VAR said nothing in it. I'm sorry. Come on, man. Blow the whistle for the second half. So boring. Upright setting just like that. Oh, Gianfranco Zola, former Chelsea player, is being asked, I'm assuming by the pundit, of course, that you think that it was a clear foul on Harry Kane, foul by Harry Kane on Thiago Silva. And he said that, yeah, and they're having a go at him because he's one of the former Chelsea players and he will speak no ill of Chelsea. But I think that, come on, man, it's just a foul, it was a foul. But I still believe that the point that if ref would have actually given that as a goal, it would have been so hard for VAR to turn it back. A few moments again away from second half to start. Let's see if both teams can actually match the tempo that they were giving up in the first half and just plus it by scoring a goal. Of course, that goes without saying. Here comes the players again. Antonio Conte back on his seat, and we are back talking about the game. And let's remove this halftime banner, shall we? It's all to play for. So far, Chelsea 45 points. Can they increase the gap between the third and the fourth? It will only take for the time to tell, but hopefully, can Chelsea make that drastic performances not repeat again and just keep on finding the pressure on Spurs and just come up again at the end with a goal. That's all I can say. But here's Chelsea again. Here's the players again, and let's see what will happen. Wow. There's a certain unfortunate delay. A net has been actually. Wow. What is the actual word you will say? It has been rigged. There are some open spaces in the net rather than obvious ones. Broken net, by the way. If that is a term I would actually use to describe it. I'm not sure why I was looking for some other words in the dictionary, but that is the only thing. Now the referee will have a check personally. It has been tied now, the net. Using a piece of tag only, makeshift things. I'm not sure at the highest of the highest levels. But of course, changing of the net will take up plenty of time of the game, of course. So you don't want that to happen, actually. So it's all tied now, the net. And here's Chelsea kicking the ball now. Going for left to right. Here we go. Second half, lads. Jorginho to Mason. Wow. Sanchez sweeps it. So, same formation set up by Spurs. Nothing in terms of potential shape change from Chelsea as well. They'll try to match each other once again. One man in the midfield. Chelsea will have extra. Match in terms of course, not formation. Just throughout the series of the games that they have played through this month. In terms of that, of course, I mean. There's Callum again. I think Callum will be the first one to make way actually if things doesn't go actually well on the right hand side. Left hand side, I'm sorry. Because he hasn't looked like the Callum of the old that we would want to start. Same hungry Callum always. Wow. Hakim Ziyech 1-0 spectacular goal. Wow, Chelsea. This man deserves it. It has been a long time coming. And oh my world, what a goal. Oh my god. And by the way, Chelsea are celebrating Hakim Ziyech goal because last time around, Chelsea were not celebrating the goal. Brother, oh brother, oh brother. Hakim Ziyech, his trademark goal is back. And Hakim Ziyech celebrating as well. It makes me so happy. As you know, in the comparison to not scoring or celebrating the last goal, when Chelsea played Brighton, it's almost like each and everybody on the field right now is jumping on Hakim. Come on, you Blues. What a goal though, man. Hakim Ziyech has been 10 on 10 today, man. Like we said, start the match by criticizing this guy. He'll turn out to be so bipolar and shrug off all the criticisms and just go and have a belter. Wow. What a goal from Hakim. Catch that, man, Hugo Lloris. I highly doubt. Oh, that's R1 plus O for the PlayStation freaks if you're here around. The FIFA fanatics. But what a goal, lad. Brilliant, brilliant Ziyech goal, man. Brilliant, brilliant Ziyech goal. Thomas Tuchel delighted. Chelsea delighted. Wow, Ziyech almost scores again. Almost. Wow. Almost Hakim Ziyech. Almost at the end of the other way. Scoring once again. Man, Tottenham will have a tough beating in this half if they keep on playing like this. Oh my god, man. It just looks like Hakim Ziyech has some power booster right now. The shots that he's taking right now, you cannot catch it. He just pings it, man. So much venom in that shot. Hugo Lloris coming through a lot of bodies. Decent save. The keeper only can parry it away. But what a hit, son. Wow. Chelsea, man, when the iron is hot, bang it on again. Stamford Bridge is roaring once again. Wow, Hereby crashing on Mason Mount. Referee says nothing in it. As Bergwijn, Chelsea again collectively working, but this time around, referee gives a foul. Bergwijn goes down. By the way, one point that I would like to make, like I said, Hudson-Odoi, I criticized them a lot, and that left inside thingy, the ball actually came from Callum Hudson-Odoi. He actually took on Tanganga and went to the opposite side and made a pass towards Hakim Ziyech. So big up for him as well this time around, and big confidence, man. Here's him again. Kepa, a bit risky pass, but he makes it. 50 minutes on the clock. There's Callum again, trying to switch sides. He manages to do so. Oh, wow. That's such a bad ball. Wow. Callum Hudson-Odoi puts his foot. What's his foot? I'm sorry, foot. Wow, my accent has gone well after that goal came in. But like I was saying, Callum Hudson-Odoi almost put his foot inside the ground and shanked that ball. Here's Harry Kane, here's Azpilicueta. Here's Jorginho again doing the dirty work and is fouled by Kane there. Using his experience there, Jorginho. Antonio Conte has some thinking to do now. One more goal and Chelsea will get away from him. Here's Jorginho. Here's Azpilicueta. Here's Ziyech again. Plenty of space. Trying to wiggle. Sanchez. Mount. The ball's still in. And the ball goes out of play now. Mason Mount. I'm very much sure that he's going to get booked this time around by ref. For the one more or second time, maybe again, he's hanging a go at the goalkeeper. Or any of the Spurs player. Because he has been shouting. Here's Mason again. Here's Ziyech again. Playing one-touch football. This side has been phenomenal for both of these guys, and they have not swapped wings. And Callum, for the most part of the game, has stayed on the left-hand side. So, Azpilicueta winning the ball back. Wow. Azpilicueta cannot keep the ball in. The goal has given me a bit of, not a bit, more than a lift up. It's amazing. Nice to see the lads celebrating the goal as well. Last time around in Brighton when they scored, Hakim Ziyech scored, it looked like there is no intensity. There's no joy. Even though they scored first. It's Jorginho in the middle of the park. There's Rudiger alongside with him. Wow, Chelsea some thinking to do. Mason Mount, what a switch to Callum. Callum can make things happen here. Here's Callum. Here's Mason. Shoots it. Wow, just over the bar. Wow. Nice place there by Mason Mount. He really popped up at the crucial time and took the shot. Just goes over the bar, but that's a decent effort from his weaker side as well. Lucas Moura is coming on, by the way. And Oliver Skip too. Rudiger being fouled there, actually. And the referee acknowledging there. The German standing strong, very much up against three Spurs bodies. Here's Callum. 1-2 with Kovacic. Successful there. And is fouled by Dyer there. And Dyer will be booked, will he? I'm not sure if he's bringing out a card there, but he's going to actually give him a pass. I think Hudson-Odoi is coming in the game now. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just received the news. Twitter. It's 2-0, Thiago Silva. Second goal against Tottenham this season. And Chelsea are well and truly up and running. Let's go, lads. Up the Blues. Come on, you Blues. Chelsea 2-0. Dyer, Kane, Højbjerg in the faces of the ref. Faces by faces, literally I meant faces because it's the fourth official. The coach is having a talk at. The linesman, the goal, the player facing the goal, sorry, the referee facing the goal actually. Everyone is being talked after. Wow, man, Thiago Silva. The whole Stamford Bridge is singing, oh, Thiago Silva. Why not, man? Why not? 37 years young, Thiago Silva. Brilliant. Once again, what a flick. By the way, Callum Hudson-Odoi once again did the wonder there and on free kick from Eric Dyer. And Chelsea came on, capitalized and scored. Here's Lucas Moura again. Back on. Can he do something against to help the Tottenham side? Failing 2-0. And he's replacing Ryan Sessegnon. Tanganga is going off. Oliver Skip is coming on. And looks like it will be a change of system as well. Back four. Do we expect another comeback from Bergwijn? To be honest, no. I would say straight flat out. That is not possible. Leicester was Leicester. This is not Leicester, by the way. And Leicester have looked horrendous, by the way, defensively this season. And it just goes without saying, you know yourself, it's not happening against Chelsea. I just want Chelsea collectively to help Lukaku score here. So Spurs now, a change in the shape. 4-3-3 more sort now. Wow. Chelsea now closing in very, very quickly. Mason Mount, Jorginho, all helping each other there. Wow. Bergwijn and Azpilicueta having a go at each other. There is not a London derby, right? Without the nose. Wow. Both the parties making the case here, but I think whatever the case is, the referee is saying I'm not having any of it. Champions of Europe, you know, baby. We know who we are. Wow. That header from Sarr was immaculate, man. Wow. Nice clearance from Sarr there. That header was very crucial. But by the way, the run from Harry Kane was equally impressive too. Ziyech, Azpilicueta trying to barge into him, but Harry Kane still going on. Unlucky, of course, Lucas Moura, not the biggest of the guys inside, but Spurs, that is what it is. If Harry Kane has to make it, someone has to be in the center and take it. Chelsea playing coolly, calmly. Managing to just wiggle out the danger. Here's Chelsea. Here's the ball back to Kovacic. Can Kovacic do something? He's up and running with Callum Hudson-Odoi. Kovacic stays running. Again, bodies in front of him. Oh my god. What an interception by Sanchez there. Lukaku was almost having a party there. If that was to him. Wow. What an interception by Sanchez there, man. Spurs now trying to find a way. Well, Lucas Moura trying to intercept it. Thiago Silva one step ahead. There's Aspi on the ball again. Here's Jorginho this time around with him. And of course, from Tottenham's perspective, this would be the first Premier League defeat, of course, under him, under Antonio Conte, by that I mean. Mason Mount crossing it, no one's inside, and Chelsea get the free kick. The referee blows for the advantage there. Hakim Ziyech was fouled there. Once again, Hakim Ziyech, the man on the crime scene, making things happen. And that was a foul, proper foul. Davies actually stepped on his foot, just a tad bit late. But Chelsea making the strides here. An hour gone on the clock. If you have just joined us, lads, we are watching Chelsea versus Tottenham. It's 2-0 Chelsea, all of a sudden in a flash, and Chelsea are feasting. Tottenham once again find themselves training at the Stamford Bridge, and Tottenham haven't scored against Chelsea in like 4 games. The last scorers again were Kane, Son and Ali. That was around 4 or 5 games back, but nothing so far for this year or the last year. In Premier League, of course. Wow. Spurs, man. Some crucial interventions here. Preventing third goal almost. Again, this time Harry Kane bringing in the defensive contribution. Hakim Ziyech with almost pinpoint delivery once again. Lukaku was on it, or maybe it was Rudiger actually behind him. Chelsea's 8th corner now. Cleared easily by Spurs there. Chelsea would be disappointed at that part. Chelsea recollecting, sends it back to Kepa Arrizabalaga. Rarely had to do anything in this game. For the first part of the 60 minutes that has been played. Smile. Smile because your team is leading. Unlike the last few games that we have been playing, we have been trailing or just drawing almost all times. There's Doherty this time around on the right back spot. Chelsea intercepting. Chelsea regaining the possession. Here's Callum. Doherty. Wow. So far Spurs unbeaten in 9 games under Antonio Conte, and looks like it will be the end of it. Of course, in the league inside, he finally had to taste the defeat because it has been a while. There has been excuses from his part that players are not good enough. I'm just realizing the level that Tottenham had at, difference in the teams, whatever. If you have been hearing the press conference in the post matches, so you will be well aware. You will be well aware of that. I'm sorry, I just ate my own words. But the fact is, Spurs have a lot of things to do in front of them. There's Azpilicueta with the ball though, but so far there is a lot to be done in this game only. Wow, man, this has been perfect. Almost last 10 minutes have been so perfect defensively from Spurs here. They have prevented so many balls from reaching Lukaku there. Wow, Silva, what an interception there. Wow. Harry Kane aggressively filing Jorginho there. Here's Callum Hudson-Odoi. He can take on Doherty this time. No Kanganga there. He crosses it. Sanchez clears it. Here's Hakim Ziyech. Shoots it. Straight at the goalkeeper. Just apologizing to Mason Mount. He's having a go at the goalkeeper. Why not? He's in fine touch. But at that point of the time, he really had better options actually. Wow, Mason Mount stealing the ball off Oliver Skip. And again, Chelsea might win another corner. It's ninth of the night. It's Harry Winks, I'm sorry. And Spurs look like they are in for a long 25 minutes that are left. So last quarter of the game only left. And Spurs, if they're going to play like that, they might be in for a frustrating 25 minutes. Here's Hakim Ziyech this time around taking the ball on the left side. Wow. Paul Tierney is basically like, the next person to put hands on anyone will get a card. Wow. A VAR appeal. That's a foul on Azpilicueta. Wow. That should be checked by VAR though, but I'm not sure it will be actually because Oliver Squip bringing Azpilicueta down. Wow. That's fine rugby work actually. Like the commentator said. Most definitely a safety or a tight end in NFL would use that sort of stuff from Azpilicueta and Oliver Skip. Wow, what a ball for Callum. Callum can chip it. Wow, Lloris is at the front. Made crucial contact. Hugo Lloris there. And the ball goes out for a goal kick. Nicely done by Callum there, but unfortunate at the end. The ball goes out for a goal kick. Hugo Lloris took his chances and came out on the top. So kudos to him as well. Being brave. The goalkeeper comes out almost 35 yards. Wow. Callum maybe just checks his run. Could have actually got it. Harry Kane having to go deep again to find the ball. Spurs, of course, mailing Hyundai Song. Played last time around in the first leg of the League Cup, but couldn't do anything. Wow, Kepa with a risky pass, but Sarr comes out on top. Lukaku can shoot. Shoots, and Hugo Lloris, what a save straight at him. That is actually what we want Lukaku to do. Have a go at the goalkeeper, not just stand. That's better from him. Wow. Spurs do have an extra man on the right hand side. Spurs can attack. Here's Matt Doherty. Sarr, what a tackle. Wow. But that is so better from Lukaku at the other end, man. Almost turns around Davinson Sanchez. Hugo Lloris, right place, right time though. Tough angle. Hits it very hard. Goalkeeper cannot catch it. But now we come at the very opposite end. Here's the Spurs corner. First of the second half, I think. Wow, Harry Winks, that's such a poor corner. Right at the near post, and it's clearly done and dealt with easily at the near post by Callum Hudson-Odoi. Was not even actually aiming for the ball. The ball just came to him. Here's Harry Winks on the ball again. So 70 minutes, lads, now. 70 minutes. If you have just tuned in, we are watching Chelsea versus Tottenham. And it's 2-0 for Chelsea, of course. taking the chances and cruising. Hakim Ziyech with a brilliant wonder goal, and a 37 years old Thiago Silva scoring. Wow. Chelsea almost got out the danger. There's Mason. Kovacic trying to find Lukaku. Almost manages to do so, but Lukaku running out of the room there. Harry Winks being fouled there by Kovacic, and he will take the free kick. Wow, Rudiger taking no chances, bowling the ball straight in front of Harry Kane. Antonio Rudiger. Spurs trying hard now to link up in front, but surprisingly not successful because they've had an extra body up front as well now in form of Lucas Moura. Wow, Hakim Ziyech defending, man. Such a brilliant piece of defending there. Wow, Bergwijn has it. There's Højbjerg. That's a wonderful ball from Højbjerg. But so much pace on that ball. Doherty cannot do anything. That's such a brilliant pass. By the way, Chelsea changed. N'Golo Kante coming on for Jorginho, and Mason Mount is talking with Tuchel, having a tactical discussion, I think. Jorginho's going off. Claps for him. Good game for him as well. Wow. Spurs fans, by the way, we have seen a lot in this Premier League now, man. In this season in particular, a lot of things being thrown from the Spurs fans section that side on Antonio Rudiger and Azpilicueta. And last time, I think it was yesterday only in Everton and Villa's game, a lot of stuff was being thrown at Luca Dean and the Aston Villa team while they were celebrating. That's so poor from the fans, man. Oh. Now, the play has stopped for a moment. I think the referee is just checking whether it is safe. He's having a talk with the fourth official. The situation on the right side needs to be controlled. Rudiger is a menace, man. He's just standing and smiling and gesturing towards the fans, giving them a thumbs up, even though they are throwing stuff at him. Chelsea fouling Harry Kane there. Three bodies on one. But N'Golo Kante making the most of it there. Wow. Likewise in the first half for Spurs. This time around Chelsea. So many bodies behind for Chelsea to defend. Wouldn't even be surprised if another changes. I think Marcos Alonso. Mason Mount takes it. It's N'Golo. N'Golo to Hakim. Wow, he was looking for Lukaku, but Lukaku came offside and then again onside. Lukaku maybe from an offside position, but the ref says play on. It will be checked by VAR if anything happens, of course. There's Lukaku again. Chelsea playing coolly and calmly. There's Mason on the ball. Lukaku to Callum. Close in front of him. Can he find someone? He cannot. There's a lot of players, but so far away from him. N'Golo Kante ball goes back to Hakim. To Mason. Mason Mount. Ugolari is so brave. Aspilicueta can cross it. Wow. Another corner for Chelsea. At the moment, it looks like Chelsea may well add the third goal to the two they have rather than Spurs scoring a one goal. Mount with the cross. Dealt well again by Harry Kane on the near post. Wow. Slowly, the tempo is dropping in this game. 13 minutes left in the game only. Now, Doherty stealing the ball from Callum. Callum goes down. The referee says nothing in it. And the referee will blow for it now. Callum Hudson-Odoi is down, holding his face. Potentially will be checked by VAR, but I don't think there is a lot in it. Hits him with his just trailing elbow there. Nothing in it though intentionally. So happy, man, seeing Thiago Silva celebrate the goal. I think this guy is having to work hard more than his like ever in his latter stage of his career than the front, because PSG in League One, I'm not expecting you to work a lot. Of course, the Champions League is a different ball game, but in the League One, yeah. Wow, Mason Mount almost. Davinson Sanchez standing too strong. Not sure what Hoiberg was trying to do there. Wow, Ziyech nutmegging him. Lukaku standing strong again. He has it back again. There's Lukaku. Conte up with him. Lukaku will take on his man. Lukaku at the end could not find the space. Here's Hakim Ziyech running around and straight into the hands of Hugo Lloris. Lukaku wanted it back. Here's Harry Kane again running. Kovac is bringing him down this time. And referee brings it back for a foul that was other than the Kane. And blows for the advantage. N'Golo Kante losing the ball, but luckily Kovac is there to retrieve. And again losing the ball. Kovacic again retrieves it. And the ball goes back to a Tottenham body again. So this is game back and forth now in the last 9 minutes left. Wow, Saad, what an interception there. So Chelsea well and truly cruising now. I'm just wondering why Thomas Tuchel has not actually changed attacking partner up front with Lukaku or actually replaced him. Still only one use sub. N'Golo Kante coming on to shut the shop. Ziyech just a loose pass there. And that's a foul from Aspe. Looks like Spurs players are already trying to make a case that please ref, blow the whistle. Alonso's coming on, and like we expected, Callum I think will be making the way here, shifting it to a back five. Hakim Ziyech again with an interception, man. Kovacic bundled over the ground, but no foul. Ducati crossing, Kante clearing it, Kovacic sweeping it. Bergwijn, a shot, but straight into the hands of Kepa. Arrizabalaga, a shot on target though, but for Spurs in a long, long time. Ziyech running with Lukaku. Lukaku still having it. Lukaku to Callum. N'Golo Kante just trying to find a cheeky pass, but losing the ball at the end. Wow. Not going Spurs way, right? Tried to find a crucial pass. Just the player losing his footing at the wrong time. And here's Lukaku again losing the ball. Space ahead of Lucas Moura. He's running. Rodiger taking no chances. Kepa furious. Wow. Each of them shouting. Rodiger, Sarr, Thiago Silva. I'm not sure about the ref's decision to not blow the flag. Sorry, take up the flag, but really was making a case there because it was more of a mess between the goalkeeper and the defenders. The lack of communication. Rather than referee putting a flag, play for the whistle. Kepa is down injured. Wow, we cannot let this happen, man. We literally cannot let this happen. We cannot let this happen. Wow. Mendy is gone for AFCON, Africa Cup of Nations. We cannot let Kepa go out. Man, I think he might have just dislocated his finger. Wow. I just hope that it's a thing that happened in winter. Brother. By the way, the next few games that we play are in total 4 or 5 competitions different. Chelsea play next game in FA Cup against Plymouth, and that can be dealt with our third choice goalkeeper. But then again, we are off to Abu Dhabi for Club World Cup, and Kepa's back up, so that's a good thing. I was talking a lot, he's back up. Callum going off. Alonso coming on. Change in the system just to shut shop. Here's Lucas Moura with the corner. Wow, Hakim Ziyech doing everything in his power to retain the ball there, and does so. By hook or crook, he does so. Chelsea now, back to a back 4. No, back to a back 5. Because I'm unsure where Malang Sarr is actually playing. Malang Sarr is further up the field. Now he's going back in his position. Yeah, and it's a back 5 for Chelsea now. With Alonso playing as the wing back, and again, Azpilicueta right wing back. And here's a substitution for Tottenham Hotspur. Brian Gill coming on. Saul is coming on as well. A last few minutes of game for Saul as well. Most probably for Mason Mount if I'm making a case here. '90th minute on the clock. Let's see what will be the additional time added. Hakim Ziyech is down on the floor. I think he might be the only one to make way here, Hakim Ziyech, from the cramp that he's facing. But by the looks of it, I think the match is done and set, and I might end my live stream here soon. And it is 3 points for Chelsea after a long, long while. And basically, I'm so happy. And I would like to conclude all this by saying, for each and every one of you who tuned in, thank you. It means a lot. It helps the channel grow massively. It helps me grow, and it helps me keep on improving my skills as well. So I'll see you most probably, guys, in the next game. That is in FA Cup. We have Club World Cup to play for. Then we again have a Champions League when we come back, and Premier League game will be not played up until I think 28th or 27th Feb. So Chelsea, a lot of competitions to be a part of, and likewise a lot of action to be part of. So I'll see you guys soon, and until next time, take care. Bye bye. Peace.